it like a tattoo. The way you wear that dress, they gonna attack you. Way you look at me, baby, I got you.
These are a few things that we all did as kids. I promise you that you've done every single one of these things as a kid. And if you haven't, then I'm sorry, because your childhood in the bin. Anyway, let's begin. Number 1. Okay, it can't only be me that as a kid, right, would try to make it seem like there was no one in the bed. You know, like by hiding in it and putting a blanket over yourself and staying as still as fucking possible. So if like anyone came into the room and like went to lie down, you'd be like, ah! And scare the shit out of them, you know? It can't only be me that did this, okay? I know some people to this day still do this shit, alright? Number 2. As a kid, we all had to make this choice. The choice to whether in the middle of the night, if you wanted to go take that late night piss or not. That adventure through the hallways to your bathroom was the scariest adventure there will ever be. It is dark, it is treacherous, you don't know if you're gonna get fucking grabbed by Satan himself into the darkness. So you had to run to the bathroom, and then on your way back, you had to fight off all the demons, okay? This shit was fucking scary. I can't be the only one that contemplated my life every time I had to make this decision. And last but definitely not least, at number 3, I know every fucking kid did this. Whenever we were in a car, right, we would either stick our head or our hand out of the car window. Don't fucking lie, you know it's true. This shit felt amazing feeling the wind blow on your face, okay? You just felt like you were the fucking man. Or woman. Just in some sort of fantasy land with the wind blowing your hair back. You felt amazing, okay? Don't lie, everybody did this. Or maybe you didn't, and I'm just a weird piece of shit, okay? Don't tell me I am. These are a few struggles that the new generation won't understand. Alright, I'm on like the N side of Gen Z, okay? So I'm allowed to relate to these, alright? And if anybody out there relates to these with me, drop a like on this video. Anyway, let's begin. Number 1. Having to put earphone wires like this, right? The old earphone wires in different fucking angles and doing 360s around the fucking iPod or whatever you had just so that the music wouldn't be going or just stopping completely. And eventually you'll find that perfect angle and the music will start playing again. Bliss. But man, I swear to God, we used to all have the patience of a saint. Nowadays, everybody has fucking wireless headphones. Number 2. Okay, I don't know if anyone else is gonna relate to this. Do you guys remember when you had to pause a YouTube video and wait for that gray bar to fill up so you could watch the entire video? That shit was fucking hell. It didn't matter whether or not you had insane internet speed or shit internet speed. Everybody had to deal with that shit. But nowadays, even if you have 1 megabyte download speed, it's fine. YouTube rarely buffers. Must be nice, new generation, must be nice. And last but definitely not least, at number 3. This one's for all my hardcore old school gamers. Do you guys remember trying to beat a fucking PlayStation game without the memory card? Woo! Yo, that shit was next level risky. You were playing with fire, bro, I swear to God. You know, you guys remember those 8 megabyte like PlayStation memory cards on the PlayStation 2? 8 megabytes! That wouldn't even hold this TikTok video. Insane! These are a few things that we all hate about school. Trust me, if you didn't hate these things during school, well then you were homeschooled, okay? Anyway, let's begin. Number 1. You know when you were in class, right, and your teacher would like ask a question to the class, but you don't know the fucking answer? So you would like avoid eye contact with the teacher, you know? And for some reason, they still fucking picked you! I'm not looking at you, it means I don't know the answer! I'm not that dickhead that's like, hey, me! I don't know it! So you picking me is just stalling the class and wasting time, okay? And then if you don't know the answer, the teacher thinks that you weren't paying attention. No, I was paying attention. It just goes in one ear and out the fucking other, alright? Number 2. Okay, this one's a bit embarrassing and it's happened to me many times. And I'm sure you guys out there have experienced the exact same thing. You know, like when the whole class collectively has the same answer? You know, like on a maths problem or like any type of problem. And like, let's say the answer was like 12. And on your piece of paper, you wrote down 590. And you have to just go along with the class? Yeah, 590. Yeah, what the fuck was I thinking? Ah, fucking idiot I am. How the fuck did they get 12? Where did this answer come from? Huh? And last but definitely not least, at number 3, This was fucking pain when you were in school, okay? When YouTube and cool maths games were blocked. Or just like any website that was fun in general, your school IT tech nerd blocked that shit. Bro, what the fuck? You know, but if you had half a brain like me, you know what I did was just searched up unblocked YouTube. Unblocked cool maths game. Now those are for the smart boys, okay? And girls. But yeah, that shit was fucking lame, man. These are a few unspoken rules that you probably don't even realize you follow. Everybody in the world, for some reason, follows these rules without even knowing. If you have followed one of these rules, drop a like on this video. Anyway, let's begin. Number 1. When you enter an elevator, a lift, everybody faces the door. Have you noticed that? You've never seen anybody just go into an elevator and just look at the fucking back wall. Because if you did that, you're a psychopath. But now that kind of makes me want to try it. Just walk into a fucking elevator and just into the wall. It's just back of the wall. I just want to see how many weird looks I get. Number 2, the 2-meter radius. Now this rule is when you're holding the door open for someone, right? There needs to be a 2-meter radius for it not to be awkward. Anything larger than 2 meters, weird. Because then you're just standing there fucking holding the door open for them and they're running towards you. You have to make them run. It's just awkward. Everybody knows about this rule and we all follow it. Number 3, when you make eye contact with someone when you're walking on the street or like in a hallway anywhere, you nod down if you don't know them and you nod up if you do know them. I have no fucking idea why this is universal, but apparently we all do it. Number 4, and this one, if you don't follow this one, you are a piece of shit. There's a certain group of people that do not follow this rule and they're called parents. If somebody shows you a picture on their phone, you don't swipe left or right. Because if you do, a big cock is gonna show in your face. I don't know why I would have a picture of a dick on my phone, besides my own, but don't swipe left or right, please. Please, don't. And last but definitely not least, at number 5, this one is very important. You only offer something twice, okay? If you do it more than twice, now you're pushing it, and we're gonna have a fight. Hey man, you wanna go to the bar? Nah, I'm good. You sure? Yeah. Done! Stop! Never again! Don't ask again. If you ask again, you've got a problem. These are a few things that all gamers hate. Right, where are my gamers at? I need you guys to fact check this shit and tell me if I'm lying. Cause I promise you, as a gamer, you hate this shit. Number 1. Right, you know when you're in a video game, right, and you're trying to loot, like, the dead bodies? Like, for example, in Red Dead, you're trying to loot the dead bodies, right? And the NPCs rush you. You know, to carry on the mission. Meanwhile, you're trying to fucking loot! Like, you're there searching the body, and then all of a sudden, the NPC's like, hurry up! We gotta get out of here! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry! Shut the fuck up! I just wanna loot! I'm sorry for blowing out your eardrums. I don't mean to. Number 2. Getting sweaty hands when you're trying to play. Bro, this is the fucking worst. You know, you're in a sweaty situation, you're trying hard and your hands get all clammy and shit just gets sticky. That shit just makes me want to break my controller, man. I swear to God. I fucking hate it when my hands get sweaty. And last but definitely not least, if you're a real gamer, you've experienced this shit. You know those missions in games where they make you follow behind someone and not get caught? And if you get too close, all of a sudden, you have to redo the whole mission again. I can never find the right balance of being too close or too far away. If you're too far away, you fail. You're too close, you fail! You have to be at the perfect distance, and I can never find it. I'm gonna lose my mind. These are a few dumb things that we all believed as kids. Trust me, as a kid, you 100% believed this shit. And if you didn't, then your childhood, in the bin. Anyway, let's begin. Number 1. Okay, I couldn't have been the only kid, right, that believed that cats were girls and dogs were boys. There's no fucking way I was the only one, alright? Cartoons used to always portray cats as girls and dogs were boys, okay? Except for like Tom and Jerry, because Tom was a guy and he was a cat, but shut up! Number 2. You know when you were young, your parents would always tell you, don't drink and drive. Well, as a kid, we were all kind of stupid. I swear everyone thought as a kid that don't drink and drive meant every drink possible. But now you realize that don't drink and drive just means alcohol, right? But back then, like if you saw your dad or your mum with like a Coke in the car, you'd be like, drinking and driving? Hello? I don't know, maybe I was just a dumb kid. And last but definitely not least, at number 3. Okay, this one might just be me and I was a special child. But as a kid, I always thought that like songs that came on the radio were like live performances. Like they were doing it right now. Like they were in the radio performing or at like a studio performing live. And it wasn't like just a recording that I know now as an adult. I am stupid as a kid, man. I don't know, please tell me some of you related to this because I hope I'm not dumb. These are some of the worst pains in the world. If you have ever experienced any of these pains, like this video because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Fuck me, some of these pains, ugh! Anyway, let's begin. Number 1, waking up in the morning and finding out your phone was never really charging. Yo, when this shit happens to me, I want to take my phone and shove it up my ass. What? I don't know, don't ask me. But doesn't that shit just like piss you the fuck off? You wake up all happy and shit thinking, oh, my phone's gonna be charged. Oh, wait, what? No, it's not. Even though you plugged it in, but just shit phone. I need to calm down, man. Number 2. Okay, this one is for all my console gamers out there. One of the worst pains that all console gamers have to go through is trying to type with a fucking controller. This shit takes 7 light years to do. You're holding down the analog stick trying to go to like A or D and then all of a sudden it yeets you back to the other side. Because you held the analog stick down for too long. Oh yeah, nice! And I know what some of you smart asses are gonna say. Don't you dare fucking say it. Dude, man, just buy a keyboard, plug it into your PlayStation or Xbox, and there you go, you can type with the keyboard. Shut up! True console gamers don't even want to associate with PC. Okay, I know the whole console war thing's old, but it's funny. Shut up. And last but definitely not least, at number 3, I've experienced this one so many times. And I know all of my students out there, you guys have experienced this too. You know when you're in class, right, and you crumple up a piece of paper, and you're about to fucking Kobe that shit into the bin, rest in peace. And then you miss the bin, and then you have to do that walk of shame towards the bin, everyone looking at you, inside their head they're laughing because you're shit. Then you have to pick it up and put it in the bin. But if you're a fucking menace like me, you go for round 2, right? You take a step back, yeet again, and miss again. You miss again. But that doesn't matter because the effort is all that counts, okay? Why do I always fucking miss, man? These are some of the worst pains in the world. If you're human, I promise you, you can relate to all of these. And before you go in the comment section and say I look like an egg, I already know. You don't need to tell me, you piece of shit. Anyway, let's begin. Number 1. Alright, you know when you go into the kitchen early in the morning and you're like, I want to get some breakfast. So you grab your cereal, you pour it into the bowl, and you're so fucking excited to eat that bowl of cereal, you go into the fridge. No milk! Your dad decided to go to the store, buy some milk, he didn't come back! And that's not the part that actually is the pain. It's the part of not having milk. Your dad leaving you doesn't matter. I want my milk. Come back. Fuck. Number 2. You know when you're having a lovely day, nothing can ruin your mood. Absolutely nothing. And then you get a bit of dust in your eye. And you're sitting there trying to get it out like this. And you look like a fucking idiot. You guys have never had that? You're trying to do all this, like going underneath into the eyeball, trying to scrape out that piece of dirt. For some reason, it finds itself inside your brain. I don't know how. And it just itches, and then your eye turns red because you keep scratching your fucking eye. Yeah, I hate that shit too. And last but definitely not least, at number 3. Alright, this one's a bit soppy, but shut up, I have to add it because it recently happened to me. Getting heartbroken. Okay, look, I know what you're gonna say. Dude, you're meant to be a giga chad. Alright, don't get hurt by women. Stay on top. Getting heartbroken is shit, alright? It happens and it sucks cock. Especially if you go on their Instagram and they've already replaced you. We were together for 2 years. How did you find someone else already? How did this happen? That was fast. Fuck.